Hey Hada, what's happening in Melee? So much. Let's start with the good news because we have some bad news stuff to talk about. First of all, Amsa got married. Congrats to Amsa for joining the married club. You know, I as someone who's been married for a long time. Okay, I'm done. Congratulations, Amsa. That's so cool. I don't think I mean, who knew, right? But this is really, really cool. Congrats to Amsa. Beating that person's tweet of you can't have gaming be important and have a relationship be important and normal healthy lifestyle with like your body conditioning and everything. You can't have it all, but Amsa's kind of got it all going right now. Hada, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing really good. I've been happily engaged for a little while since this past winter.
Whoop whoop.
Absolutely, and like I can fully say with my whole heart that finding your person is extraordinarily beautiful, and I would never give that up for anything else. It's like this the vows say. It's like in sickness and in health, till death do you part, sort of thing. And it's when you find that person, you truly believe that with everything, and that's. I'm happy that Amsa found that person. I'm happy that Amsa is pursuing that relationship and is now a happily married man. So all you Smash fans, all you Yoshi hoes, back off. He's taken for. He's spoken for. Get off my boy Amsa. I'm just kidding, but I'm doing really well, man. Got like you said, we got a lot of news. Some drama, some maybe healing drama. We have some tournament results, and then we have some more tournament results, and then we have coin bucks going on as we speak. So, guys, if you are watching the stream, if you're watching us live on Cypher 003, 0003?
0033. Hey,
Double three.
yeah, yeah, I know. It's tough. I lost the count to access to the other one. But regardless of that, we should get some drama stuff out of the way because I have to be honest with you. I did not watch either of these two videos, but the No Flux's apology video is a good one to get started on because I saw the Twitlongers, the Twitter posts, the other things that happened around the time that No Flux has gotten into trouble and into the bad side of the community's viewpoint in the first place. It all started at Riptide of last year, and it's just kind of been on a decline ever since, including bans in a lot of different Midwest regions around where No Fluxes is, out in the Chicago area, if I recall correctly. But let's just say Midwest. No Fluxes is Midwest. A lot of Midwest regions and specific areas out there have said No Flux is not welcome at our tournaments, and has basically been serving a shadow ban for majors, as far as I can tell. I mean, the most recent one was Collision, and I don't know if No Fluxes was there, but I'm going to guess no. At any rate, No Fluxes puts out a video, and I didn't watch it, so Hada, I will hand it to you. Did you watch that video?
I did. I did watch the No Fluxes video. I did quote tweet it as well because I've met Chris. I know Fluxes personally back when I was in the Midwest. I mean, we talked about lifting, we talked about Smash. He messed me up with his Gen, and that was about it. There was like one interaction, and I thought he was a decent enough guy. He was kind of quiet, kind of awkward, but what I will say is people who have a lot of pride, and I think Mech said it best. He also quote tweeted the video. I'm gonna quote Mech really quick. People are probably tired of hearing this, but Chris has been unable to compete at several events because of beef and pride, which is very accurate. It's gone on long enough, so please accept the apology and move on, Smash community. Let this Ganon compete. And quite frankly, it is the proper first step toward reintroducing someone who has made mistakes back into the community in good standings. And a lot of people kind of had the same sentiment. This is a first step. I think you should give him another chance, put him on thin ice. If he does something heinous or says something absolutely messed up, borderline racist, like what happened with Justice and some other stuff that went on, obviously that's kind of like we gave you a chance, you fucked up again, you got to get out of here, sort of thing. Like we wanted to give you the opportunity. And in his video, he says, like, I really just want to compete. I want you to come back as a competitor. I don't want to spew political mumbo jumbo. I don't want to cause beef with anyone. I think he got caught up in the shock value and how much viewership he got because of the shock value that he kind of leaned into it a little too hard. Because if you remember on No Flux's come with streaming, he was getting 55, 75, sometimes even over 100 concurrent viewers on his stream as a pretty mid-level top player, mid-level up-and-coming player. He shouldn't, by at least on paper, have those amount of concurrent viewers without having those harsh takes, those really shock value clips that circle around and people kind of like either hate watch or click in just to roast him or whatever. And I think he's kind of realized that he really got carried away. Because Chris isn't a bad guy. He's not. He has he's rough around the edges. And I think this probational period, this ban period, kind of gave him some perspective. Like, all right, I've been streaming a little bit. I've been playing some ranked. I've been playing some unranked. I just want to compete again because this is something that I love and this is something I'm passionate about. And me personally, I kind of gave it a little some check mark, said, own up to your mistakes. Yes, that's in the video. Look to improve moving forward, in the video. Ask for forgiveness, in the video, check. Ask to make amends, check. It's now in the hands of the TOs whether or not they want to give him this opportunity. If you're asking me, put him on a probational sort of thin ice period. If he's there and he has the right intentions to just be an upstanding member of the community or just to show up, plug in, plug out, play his tournament run and leave. If he doesn't say a word to people and just plays the tournament, good games, what are you banned sort of thing, and that's the only thing he says, that's totally fine too. But I think that you should let this guy compete and see if he really means what he says, that he's just there to really prove himself as a competitor again.
I'll the right thing to say there, per your point. There are people who are in charge of making these decisions, and I don't envy them. But anytime someone who has earned, at least in like the greater community, like a negative viewpoint, it's really hard to shake it, even if you're coming from like a good place, best intentions sort of a place. It's not an enviable task for anyone involved, but the idea is for redemption to be possible. But here's how you can do it very, very poorly, super poorly. And this is not like the greatest transition ever, because there's a bit of a line between something that NoFlux does and something that Zero does, who has made waves in the greater Smash community recently because of running a tournament series where he claims he'll be inviting banned players to show up and to compete, to commentate, to whatever, to participate. Like those are the kind of things that are pretty clear line of don't cross that line. I mean, I didn't watch Zero's video. I don't care to throw even a view in his direction, but as far as I knew, he was quote unquote moving on, and this does not feel like moving on. So just in case it's not clear, I think Hada and I feel the same way, that there's not really like a we don't condone or support or want to see Zero's activity within like the Smash sphere, but it is a thing. There are people who are in his sphere, so that is unfortunate. I'll just leave it at that, I think.
Yeah, it's tough. Just for the sake of the podcast and me wanting to make an informed commentary on what's going on, obviously we're not involved in the Smash Ultimate community hardly at all. I think this transcends Ultimate and Melee. It has greater implications for how we deal with banned players. I think Melee specifically has done a pretty decent job at allowing fringe banned / shadow banned players to reintegrate back in good standings. Fluxes, again, pending TO approval. Luigi Gauchard from Kentucky was shadow banned. Zion as well. Hacks, I think Hacks and Zion, I think were the best examples of, they set a timeline, and after that timeline ended, they have been reintegrated, and since then haven't really done anything outlandish and have just been competitors. Same thing with Cody and Luigi Gauchard. Which with Luigi Gauchard, I think it was mostly political due to kind of just really being a proud Trump supporting Republican, and being that the greater portion of the Melee community is very left leaning, sometimes demonstrably so, that those views tended to cause Twitter beef, hurt feelings led to hurt words and angry words, and sometimes things can't be taken back. As far as I know, Luigi Gauchard is just a competitor again. He isn't really saying too much to get under people's skin, which was happening a lot in the past. And from what I understand about Zero's perspective, and it has an inkling of value, he is saying that he's not having an open invite to every single band player. And I think if that was the case, this would have gotten a way bigger uproar than it has, and it already has gotten a pretty big uproar. He said, and again, this is where it can kind of get a little risky, is if there are people, he said, according to him, if there are people who rightfully so are permanently banned due to crimes and permanent endangerment of community members and heinous things, 100% makes sense. He's not going to have them be a part of his community either, as a little subset of the Ultimate community. But he said on a case-by-case basis, he, and I think some of his TOs are going to look at how the player was banned and see if this is a way to reintegrate them, to see if they've changed. And I think this might have been inspired by the recent resurgence of Samsora in the southeast Ultimate scene. I believe Samsora entered I don't remember if it was a Louisiana or Alabama monthly, ended up getting like 5th behind top 8 within some pretty solid players. I think it was like a Florida regional actually. But Samsora, who was on, I don't know what their ban status was, but I know they were for a point. And definitely was not in good standing with the community due to their involvement with the Captain Zach and Nairo drama. It seems to me that Sam coming out of the woodwork, competing, doing pretty well, I believe placing top 8, and then kind of just quietly coming in, quietly coming out, didn't really say much. No one really made a stink about it. And I think the only real coverage it got was EE making a video about it on YouTube and saying, oh, Sam looks pretty good. Definitely not as good as Mutace, but definitely interesting that Sam was allowed at the tournament. And I guess it was at the TO's discretion. And, you know, they came in, they played, they left. They probably took some prize money home, and that was about it. I think this, especially because it's being run by a banned player, has a lot of stink all around it. And it just doesn't seem like it's the right time. And I was just hoping that, especially with the how large of a platform Zero has, he would have pivoted away. He would have taken his loyal fan base, maybe become a greater Nintendo content creator, maybe played League of Legends or some crap. I don't know. But again, like you said, it feels bad that he said he was going to move on, and he just is trying to wiggle his way back into the greater community. And I guess we're just gonna have to see how it goes. But it's, you know, this is a story in development, let's say.
Good comparison, but it's not comparisons are tough. But let me make one anyway. If I were someone who struggled with, okay, you know what? Actually, I can say this because I have struggled with stress eating. If I were the person who came out of that and said afterwards, you know what? I think I can do some real good in the stress eating sphere and make some real good changes. Am I the best person because I've gone through it personally myself? Maybe. Am I also the wrong person for it because that is way too close to the fire? That can also be true. So I'm trying to make a comparison to myself directly as to not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. But if we're talking about Zero, who admitted to, or, well, yeah, there was one admittance that he made on the accusations that Jisoo made all those months, years ago now, and it gets settled in court and whatever, and everyone's trying to move on. But Zero then turning around and saying, I feel like I can really help to add some nuance here. I don't trust inherently. So it's not anything that I have any control over, but I don't know how I would feel. I don't know if I would feel positive, in any sense or shape or form. I know that I would certainly have some negative reactions to someone like Hacks coming out and saying, I think I should help some other, shadow band or not in good standing community members reintegrate back into the Melee scene. I think he would get a lot of people in Melee because, to your point, Hada, people in Melee do as good of a job as they can, understanding that this is a community. We're not like a country where we can have rules that get 100% followed by everyone. But within a community sense, we've done the best we can, I think, coming out of 2020 in particular, and all the stuff that happened out of that, to say we want the community to be a place for safety and for fun, but safety being the first part of that sentence, because if everyone's safe, then everyone can have fun. I wouldn't like it if a formerly banned, successfully reintegrated back into the community person said, you know what, I want to get close to the fire again. I don't like that as like a storyline. So I'll say it for the people in Ultimate. You could just feel free to ignore what Zero's doing, but I understand. Hundreds of thousands of subscribers, I'm assuming, as long as he still has access to his old channel, or it had over 1 million subscribers, I forget which, but I just place a big ignore on that kind of thing, and I hope that it doesn't come into Melee specifically, but it is tough. That's so tricky to work around.
Yeah. And I think that's the bulk of kind of the negative drama of the week. So we started off with some positive, got through the weeds a little bit. Let's talk about some results. Let's talk about some Melee specific data. First of all, I do want to give a shout out to the New Jersey PR. So I love when a new PR comes out every quarter or season or whatever it is. And in New Jersey, just because I've been pretty connected to them via my association with All Chat, New Jersey is just a pretty stacked region given the amount of players it has and the amount of population it has. So congratulations to Mop Money for rank 1, JFlex, 404 Cray, B-Bats, Freezus, JJM, Tommy Hoborg, Jude, and Miffy. So that's going to be your top 10. So those top 5, some pretty big hitters. And of course, JJM making some waves in the greater tri-state area as well. Hoborg of Borg Technology, of course. And of course, my personal favorite too in JFlex and B-Bats. Those are my boys. Those are my homies. Mm-hmm. And so congratulations to them. And looking into some news, we do have Creed 2, as well as Low Tide City. So speaking of some New Jersey representation, we did have JFlex themselves getting a 7th place at this event, tied with Junebug, Slug, and Mop Money. So Mop Money, I believe, another member of that New Jersey power rank.
Yeah, number 1, you said, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, Mop Money, rank 1, getting 5th, tied with Slug. Your top 4 are going to be Crike from Pittsburgh, Hacks Money from New York, of course, Kem, Best Fox in Philadelphia, and then Kyle Crudo, Best Chic in Florida currently.
Just coming up to Philly to, smack some tail, apparently.
Yeah, Crudo coming out, absolutely claiming the gold right there. I'd love to see a Chic win. And then moving quickly on to our Low Tide City, we have our top 8 places in Mech and Magi at 7th, Prof and Palpa at 5th, Palpa representing Texas. One of 2 Texas Puffs in this top 8. 4th place from Axe, SDJ, the highest ranking Texas Puff at the tournament. Laud, Dr. Laud over at 2nd. And Texas, defending Texas's honor, Salt, Rennie taking home 1st place at Low Tide City 2023.
6-0 over Laud, 6-0.
Yeah, absolutely brutal performance and some Falcon Peach, and love to see Salt bringing home a dub, especially on home soil.
I love the regional aspect of all of this for Low Tide City in particular, because Laud did say, I don't think I really enjoyed all the people rooting against me. It's a very tough matchup for me. But that being said, you know what? Regional pride kind of making a little bit of a baby comeback. I did appreciate it, even if I didn't like it. So here's the other thing about Salt. People like Cody and Zane have said Salt is someone who can go really far if she continues to play. So this is kind of, I don't want to say like the precursor to something super huge. Who knows if Salt is going to be able to take the next step? We don't know. But when we see something like this, oh, Evans was at this event. Sorry, I just got distracted. Anyway, Salt taking 1st place over a pretty decent field, and these are not, I don't want to call them all hard or easy or one way or the other, but let's just put it this way. There's some character variety here. I mean, Salt's path starts where? In top 64. I'm just going backwards here. Over Umber, Calvar, who could have played Marth, or I think Calvar has a secondary main that's pretty good. And then Smash Poppy, who I believe is a Fox main, over Axe, who's a Pikachu, over Lod Twice, who's a Peach main. So I always am impressed by the character diversity that a first placing player at an event like this can show over the rest of the field. I could beat Foxes, I could beat Falcos, I could beat mid tiers, I could beat high tiers. It's really cool to see Salt taking an event like this, all Falcon over the rest of the field. There's some I don't want to say I don't want to say that that I would have liked to see like an Axe run back or anything. I was hoping that Axe would place top 3. I was not able to do it, falling in game 5 versus STJ in that loser semis. I have to go back and watch some of these games because I did not get a chance to watch this event live. Busy weekend, but it's so cool. It's so cool to see events like this get top 20 level talent, and we're all just the better for it, being able to watch an event like this and then the same weekend be able to watch Creed 2, because again, like people like Hacks, Money, and Crudo, these are top 30, top 20 level players that you get to see. And I hope that Kem plays it in more events other than just events that are strictly local. All right.
Kem's an absolute beast. Some of my favorite memes to come out of the pandemic specifically is me want Kem Dawson.
Kem Dawson.
All the Philadelphia crews, like that was all the locals. It was Kem Dawson Grand Finals, and Kem's a monster. Kem's an absolute beast. One of my favorite Foxes to watch, and I think super underrated if you're not super connected with the results threads on Twitter. I guess definitely one that falls under the radar a little bit. But I think that's the bulk of our news for the week.
We do have something to preview, but yeah, I think we've caught up to the present day, to today, right now.
Yes. So preview. We do have Battle BC. Yes.
We got to talk about Battle BC. Yep.
All right.
You want to preview this with me?
Yeah, go for it. Battle BC coming out. Of course, British Columbia. One of the fastest growing tournaments in the last year, I think. Really off the back of the Glint Melee Open team, and of course T.O. Deer, absolute friend of myself and friend of the program.
Yep.
Also very sick box puff, so gonna give credit where credit is due. Putting a lot of sick clips on the timeline recently. I love to see that. But Battle BC is shaping up to be an awesome tournament. Of course, now a Canadian resident, I imagine AMSA will be making an appearance, and being that Leffen is competing in Coinbox right now, Leffen, of course, returning to the Canada region, where he has had so much success in the past, not just at Battle of BC, but also at Gommel.
Gommel, yeah, winning a suspicious amount of Canadian events. What's going on there?
Yeah, I think Leffen just feels
likes Canada.
Feels maybe a geographical tie, maybe Sweden being a little cold and a little wet and a little rainy, maybe feels a certain draw to the Pacific Northwest, specifically in the Canadian region. Maybe it just feels at home. Who knows? Maybe it's the temperature. Maybe it's
I'll tell you what,
who's to say?
I've been looking at the weather for Vancouver because I will be at Battle BC5. Nothing but sunny, 75-degree days. Whoa, it's gonna be beautiful out there. So it's not going to be 50 degrees and rainy. This is all falling to be and shaping to be a great weekend. And the latest super major, the last super major that you could say was truly everyone's there, was Genesis 9. The Collision had a great showing of top talent, and in favor of both of these events, Genesis 9 and Collision, Mango may have been at Genesis 9, but it wasn't necessarily playing to his top level at Genesis 9. So that's just you don't know what kind of Mango, or if you're even going to see him at Battle BC5 if you follow the Twitter timeline. But regardless of Mango, you got everybody else going: J-Mook, Moki, Cody, Zane, Hungrybox, Leffen, AMSA. And then you just keep going down. Then you got people like Fiction, S2J, Zuppy, Kadoran, Sunsei, Akla, Josh Man. And then you have
Canadian
international players like Ingen from Japan, Max from Great Britain, from England, the UK. It's so cool. Oh yeah, the United Kingdom. Can they just pick a name? Can they just pick one name? Sorry. Anyway, I know we call ourselves America.
It's all a bunch of Brits
and the United States.
All the lads.
It's tough. I shouldn't get on my own case, but then like it's so cool because there's even players like
Kyle
Toussaint.
Mictinator is coming out. So formerly Quang, one of the best, probably hidden boss, the best DK on the planet. All the DK mains will say Kyle Mictinator, aka Quang, is the actual hidden boss DK. I think June will say it too. So I hope that Quang makes a deep run because definitely been the year of the DK as of a couple of months ago. But lots of representation from the top esports teams as
Who
well.
is Jaywick? I'm so excited to learn that there's a new Jay in town. Does this Jaywick play Sheik? I can't wait to find that.
Might be John Wick from the Marth from Arizona, I would imagine.
Oh, okay. That's okay. But Jaywick, that's still super cool. The Jays continue to rule. I don't know why I didn't make my tag Jay Wall. That's on me. All right, what about Elliot? It would be so cool to see Elliot, who is a Vancouver, British Columbia native, be able to make a deep run, but then in losers is seeded to play against Trip. So like Trip could beat just about any Fox in the world, even Leffen. So it would be tough for Elliot to come across Trip for realsies in the bracket. But there, like I just said, Trip is going to be there. See what I mean? Like you just keep looking at this bracket and you go, oh my gosh, this person's going to be there. I mean, it'd be so cool to see Chango just going on a random run, like at last year's Shine, just go, oh, I guess I'll just randomly place top 8, no big deal. So this is really cool. Oh, Spark. Oh my gosh, lowercase hero. Oh my gosh, Bonfire 10. This is so cool. This is so cool. So we got the seeded right now for top 8. So let's get into top 8. The seeded top 8 is this. On winner's side, you have page loading, Jmook versus Moki, and then Cody versus Zane. Oh, and then in the loser side, you have Axe versus Amsa. What? No. And then Levin versus Hungry Box to see who places 7th. Already these seeded numbers are crazy. So you'll notice people like Mango and etc., which, you know, you might just get Mango's Mewtwo or Doc Lee or somebody. Will Mango play as Mewtwo to see if he can place better than Leffen just on account of the Mewtwo honor? No, I'm not. That's not. None of that's a thing. None of that's true. Let's talk about who you like to win the event. Because since we have all the seeded players, to make top 8, who do you like to take home the dub?
Obviously, currently snubbed for the 1 seed is All Chat Esports on Toussaint. Clearly the by far and away the favorite. I know 2 is kind of on their way out. I know they're probably they're not taking competing as seriously. I think they're really trying to focus on their personal life. Is
Gommel the last event for Toussaint?
I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to check in. And I know that 2 put a twit longer out, and I'm sure that's probably more illustrated there. I know 2's not going to be leaving for good, just as any Melee player who says they're retiring. They never truly retire fully. You know, Armada was so gung-ho about retiring, and now he's making Metafy content. You know, it is what it is.
But still not competing. There's just a difference there, you know. And like I just learned today, Prisson is still an active player, just not an active competitor. There's a difference.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sure 2 will be entering Nightclub on time to time. Definitely wouldn't expect Toussaint to completely hang up the controller for good, but I think this will probably be one of their soon-to-be last really try-hard events. But if you're looking for my actual look for... I'm going to give 2. I want Leffen to take another Canadian event, or I want Jmook to continue his run of dominance. I'm pretty sure at all the big events, I think Jmook has taken all of them.
Yeah, Genesis 9 and Collision, the 2 biggest events of this year have been Jmook. I mean, Jmook and the Zane Grand Final sets were so hype. They were such a treat to watch. That's what I show people now, right now. If I can show somebody Melee, I show them Jmook versus Zane. Thematically, the crowd was so hyped.
Game 5s going back and forth, winning on each other's counter picks, and then the Marth's winning on Dreamland, but the Sheik is winning on FD. I don't know what's going on.
4-0 on FD in those sets. An
absolute monster.
The utter insanity. So the way that it's seated right now, if everybody makes it to winner's side, you know, the top 4 of the winner's side is Jmook, Moki, Cody, Zane. It would be so interesting to me if it's Jmook has to play Cody into Zane as an example. But as it stands now, Jmook goes against Moki in winner semis, and then either Cody or Zane in winners finals. And I just say at that stage of the tournament, and the fact that top 8 starts near the end of the day, so theoretically you have all of Saturday night into Sunday morning and afternoon before top 8 starts at 4:30 Pacific time, and which means 7:30 for you East Coasters, is that's just too much time in my mind for someone who meditates as hard as Jmook to not, like, you know, knowing that you only have to play one or the other, because Cody and Zane in my mind are the other two most likely winners of this event. Zane obviously with a lot to prove, wanting to keep that number 1 seed, and if that's true, Zane has to take this event in my mind. It is May 16th as we talk right now. Zane's just got to take this event. This is really important. And then Cody, same deal. To start to chip into the number 1 narrative, because I think we all agree it's very solidly in Jmook's corner right now. Jmook can't win this event, and Cody or Zane, or both, because I guess the other could come out of loser side. But again, if that happens, Jmook will be just chilling on winner side grand. So I kind of feel like they low-key seeded Jmook to win this thing, but I guess I didn't look at Jmook's path extensively through top 48. So just for kicks and giggles, I'll just double check myself. Jmook has to go against Josh Man seeded wise, and then against Axe seeded wise. And Jmook could face Amsa or Sunsei or Kadoran instead of Moki, but unless it's Amsa, I feel like Jmook beats Kadoran, beats Sunsei. And Moki can turn it up. We saw this at the come up. Moki can just straight up beat these top 5 players. So that would be an impressive turnaround, because Jmook 3-0'd Moki very solidly at Genesis 9 a couple months ago. So we'll see. But it's very exciting that we finally have a big Melee event to look forward to. This is my first time going outside of the United States. This is my first Canadian visit. I'm just really, really glad. I feel very privileged to be able to, you know, I got a media pass. I don't have to pay to register for bracket. That's a big money saving thing. Literally was part of the difference to make sure that I could afford going. Thank you to the patrons for helping out, because without a Patreon, I can't go to stuff like this. So I get to see hopefully a really sick event, and whoever comes out on top, that's super cool. We also got Melee doubles. So Hada, do you want to talk about Melee doubles for a second, or are you not interested in talking about doubles?
Oh, I'm always interested in talking about doubles. I'm on the Liquipedia, so let me pull up the start. Give me just 2 seconds.
No, you're all good. You're all good.
I'm gonna say really quick. Okay, 2 things at once. So something that I would love to see, and I don't know if it'll happen. I would love to see Moki Zane winners finals. I know it's possible.
It is possible.
I don't think it's probable per se. If we saw Moist versus Moist Moguls, Moki Zane Fridays and winners finals, that would be pretty dope.
That'd be sick.
Pretty dope. Charlie versus Ludwig. Would love to see that. So, gonna go ahead and take a quick peek sees at the doubles bracket. Your top 16 teams. Jmook and Cody are, of course, you're by and far and away the number 1 seed. Amsa and Axe, the number 2 seed.
Plup's not going to battle BC5, so Edwin has to wait on that $1,000 payout. Dang it. Yeah. Come on, Plup. Yeah.
Plup and HBox, nowhere to be seen here. We do have Zuppy and Sunsei, the Double Fox Canadian team.
I like that.
Maher and Aklo, which is the Marth Fox, I believe, from Tri-State. I don't know where Maher is from, but I think they're also Tri-State.
Pretty sure.
Salami and Nut. Salami is a double special. Salami, pretty solid Fox in singles. No huge notable ones as far as I'm aware of, but notably took a pretty decent-sized regional over a Colorado team in grand finals, Salami and Zamu. So Salami, a pretty solid double Fox team, but going to be teaming with Nut, and Nut is an extraordinarily talented doubles player, Sheikman, from California. So going to be pretty interesting. They're matched up against Amsa Axe for winners quarterfinals. And then, of course, we have Korean Fried Chicken, S2J, and Shroomed. I don't know if Shroomed's playing singles. I didn't see them in the notable players list for singles, but Dewan will randomly show up and beat everybody. That's the thing. And if you see Dewan in the registered players list, they'll either make top 64 and bust her out, or they might just win the tournament, which is one of the very few players we have left in Melee who can really do that. We have JV and Webwipe. I don't know if that's JV Wentworth 877 Smash now. It might be, but I'm not 100% sure. Webwipe, a California Jigglypuff player. So pretty solid. Looking at the other end of top 16 losers, Unruly and Amrak. Unruly of fame of playing that best of 100 with Plup on stream and losing, I believe, only winning 8 games or something like that, but definitely pretty solid, better than most people. Strikey Guy and BZ. BZ is actually a player who just got on my radar for having a pretty solid performance in a CG sponsored their April monthly. They're a very solid Marth from Saskatchewan, I believe, so Canadian Marth. And definitely on my radar, super solid against floaties specifically. Has a win over 2 Saint in bracket as well in singles. Joshman and Sundowns. I don't know Sundowns too well, but Joshman, of course, pretty just a straight up beast. Flex and Chef Tony, don't know them. Fahi and Midnight Blue. Midnight Blue used to be our social media manager over at All Chat. And also very solid Falcon from Canada. Pato and Crackers, don't know them too well. Mega Man and Chango could definitely go on a run. Mega Man, a super solid Fox coming out of Northern California, I believe. And Chango, just a super solid Puff player. I'm pretty sure not especially talented at doubles, but definitely just absolute rock of a player, super defensive, and will definitely stock tank for Mega Man. And I know they do play online together from time to time in West and Coast to Coast doubles and have some pretty decent results. So definitely a team to watch out for in the losers side. And then we have Waco and Slump to finish that off. See if I'm missing one. Bonfire 10 and Younger, I did miss them, which they were on the top end. They're playing J-Mook and Cody for their winners quarterfinal. So definitely a rough draw, but Tori's a beast and Younger's a beast, of course, as well. So I'm not going to write them off entirely, but playing against the 1 seed and definitely, I think this doubles bracket is really defined by the top 2 seeds and then followed up by the 3rd seed in Korean Fried Chicken. I think J-Mook and Cody take this pretty reasonably. Maybe find a little bit of trouble against Amsa and Axe. They're a very established team, a wacky team as well, but I tend to find that Amsa and Axe really do well into Puff teams specifically because it's really difficult to beat them if they're not getting rested. But into a team like with a Sheik on it and Sheik Fox, especially the way that Cody approaches the game, is going to be a difficult matchup. But of course, there is that variable factor in S2J and Shroomed. Both of those guys so explosive and have been teaming together pretty religiously for the last 5-10 years. So you cannot write them off either.
You know, I'll tell you what, I really love to see that even though Melee doesn't have a high entrant list for singles, 408 entrants, 162 of those players are forming 81 teams for doubles. I kind of like that. I feel like that's kind of the ratio is pretty healthy there. Yep. So hopefully doubles continues to feel a little bit of a spotlight. I think that Deer wants to kind of see, you know, a couple of different angles of Melee succeed. I mean, Deer spearheaded the Melee online major along with obviously, of course, we have to give shout outs to Brandon and the Rollback Rumble team for the big one, because that was intense. I mean, that had a Summit qualifier for Summit 11. That was a great tournament as well. But for the GMOs, the Gallon Melee Open online events, those were really helpful for kind of fostering that online competition. Look, was it perfect? No, because cross-country net play is scuffed. However, it's still competition. It still drove storylines, and the results didn't count for rankings. So what are we complaining about? I mean, the money's good for these coin box events. I really hope that J-Mook wins tonight. Poor Cody. And I guess maybe before we are completely done, we'll talk about the latest results from that, because that would have gone far enough in bracket to maybe have top 64 starting to shape out. But for now, we have to finish up on what we're doing before we do your best of 3 match, because I'm not playing tonight. Do we have anything else before we get to that, though, Hada?
I think it was just Coinbox going on right now, guys. If you're in the Twitch chat or if you're watching this as it's coming out this evening, check in, of course, with the coin box. HBox doing a lot of good work for the community. Of course, $6 grand on the line today. At least go back and watch the VOD. I believe Mango gonna be hopping on top 8 commentary if they're not playing in it. I think there's probably gonna be a Doc Lee performance today into top 8. So we'll see how Mango does, or if Mango takes it seriously. I don't think so, but we'll have to see exactly what Mango's goals are for this coin box.
Yeah, so we're gonna have you playing as Fox on unranked. We're gonna get you queued up with one of the many gamer goons out there, because I slept on my wrist wrong and it hurts. So we're just gonna not injure my hand any further than it needs to be. Let me go ahead and queue up the gaming screen.
Dang, I wish I would have broadcasted to this guy, because I was just wearing my hands out. I kind of style it on this Falcon.
Dang, that's tough. That we have to keep it away from all the awesome things that you're doing. Let me see here. I want the overlay to be higher, don't I?
Ooh, let's go pivot. Jump cancel shine. I'm correct. Oh, I got red. I got kneed in the face. Oh.
Let's see. Are you sharing your screen, by the way?
Give me 2 seconds.
No worries. I'm just gonna be ready to go once you do.
Boom. What up? Solaric only here. Alright. Mac 10 and 1. You wrote a good warm up. Thank you for your patronage.
I'm excited to see and commentate your Fox gameplay here.
I got you. Give me just 1 second. Alright.
Deer warned that the melee bracket seating is going to significantly change, so they extended the deadline to submit your your conflicts.
Oh, conflicts. Okay. Make sure you're not playing your homie from in region for top 64 or something. Yeah. That makes sense.
Let's see. Let me go ahead and transition that over. All right, that looks pretty good. Yeah. 30 frames per second, though, so for those of you at home who really care about this, you're just going to have to get over yourself.
All right, are we rocking to rock and roll?
We got Jay Hada. Let's go. Let's see who we queue up against best of 3 season. This is going to be the most important matchup for the next 5 minutes. I can't speak for everyone in the world, but for the next 5 minutes, nothing matters more than this match versus Bongo Bong, excuse me, who we're just going to call BB for short, double B, the little bit of a BB in part 2. Starting a tech chase, but then miserably failing. And we got some nice open ups here from Hada, who is now getting stomped. Oh, that's tough. So there's a nice back and forth action here so far in game 1 on Dreamland. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that Dreamland is in favor of Hada because that gives you more space to run around. Does that sound correct?
I would say so. I think Falcon also likes Dreamland, but let's see. Let me get.
But you're the kind of Fox who wants to have ring, right?
Oh, he's so big.
Yeah, up air on Dreamland. That's going to be a tough look. And not able to secure the kill just yet. But the good news for you is that when Falcon hits you again, most likely you're going to die.
Oh! Trader burst it.
Oh, and then bonks his head.
Bongo Bong, where are you going?
Come on, BB. Where's the style? Oh, no, and his missing knees. Oh, you can tell that Bongo Bong is feeling the pressure of this best of 3 match. Even though they have no clue that it's happening. Oh, wait a minute, they do! Whoa! They do! They know! Do you think this person deliberately queued up? We have 1 viewer live on Twitch right now, I think, and that must be the one person. BB knew that you were queuing up, knew that this is the matchup.
Yeah.
The matchup of all time.
Oh, I didn't get him. That edge guarded me. Never in a million years.
I just realized that the game volume was probably a bit too low, so sorry for those of you at home who wanted to hear more of the fire. But now it's happening. And BB, despite playing Captain Falcon, can't finish off Fox. Just let that sit in your brains for a second.
What if I'm just really good at avoiding big scary moves?
Yeah, you are, Hada, but I think that doesn't mean you can avoid it at all times, all the time. Come on, BB. We need to see a little bit more out of you, okay? That taunt was really cool, but you can't... Wow, he still didn't die off the top. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's a thick boy.
Super heavy. Ooh, I like that upward angled up tilt, or upward angled forward tilt, excuse me. Just kept like saying up too much. Dang. Getting back aired. Getting edge guarded. Oh wait, no.
I'm throwing it away.
Oh no. Hada's doing that thing that Hada does sometimes.
I do that sometimes.
But since I'm commentating, I think Hada's going to care a little bit more about the result here, because you don't want to hear that you did something dumb because you're already telling yourself that as well. Oh, the jab up smash? I love that. That's awesome. Right. I need to steal that.
Bongo bong kind of doing the thing, you know?
Oh no, not able to take advantage of the invincibility from the platform. Oh, that back air was a really nice idea. Just misplaced it.
This is my drill. Out of shield.
Oh no, and Hada side B's off the ledge. You do not like to see that. And now we have a one stock to one stock. Now, of course, Hada's in the damage lead, but where is this tech chase going to go? Okay, so BB's not a tech chaser. BB is a reader, and that's unfortunate because I need BB to tech chase in order to get the dub.
Oh I am doing a lot.
You almost SD'd again, Hada. Come on. Oh, that was a nice air dodge by BB. Oh, a little combo extension. Oh, you guessed he ready tech rolled instead of tech in place.
Triple shine there.
Oh, that would be a good idea as well.
I'm trying to do running triple shine.
Oh, what an up air by BB. Oh, and a shield grab right. Oh, wait a second. The moonwalk, but doesn't do anything and then dies off the top. Come on, BB. Now stick around, BB.
Great game one there, Bongo Bong. Let's go, Yoshi.
Going to Yoshi's. Actually, a counter pick in favor of Hada, I would say. I think Hada is now getting used to BB's play style and can really keep things close on this small stage. Yeah, I think BB's trying to get some distance, but keeps messing up these inputs. Oh, a nice little grab though, and it's just guessing the. Oh, that was a nice attempt, but Fox is so slippery when he's off the ledge. You gotta really feel confident and go for it. For those ledge guards going off stage. Oh no, and slid off of the platform and dies for it. You hate to see it.
Owie.
Oh, that was a nice... Oh, I like the back air off the ledge cancels. Two ledge cancels in a row and dies. Come on. What a homie stock in unranked. Oh, and a nice little taunt as well. Hada, you have to taunt. It's a rule.
He did cool move. He did cool movement, so I'll give it to him.
Hada, you have to taunt back to say that you're homies.
True.
So that way he can hit you and I can win this best of 3.
I'm Jay Hada. He knows where home is.
That's the best homie, the Jay Hada. Oh, he tried. Oh my gosh. Did you see he tried to match your wall jump? That's so cool. Oh, a single hit nair to shield grab? That's pretty nice.
I'm not getting my short hops. Oh!
Nice Amsa tech. And it gets nared off the side.
I needed up.
Sheesh. Come on, Hada.
He grabbed my up smash. Rude.
And the immediate adjustment, you're able to throw out a grab yourself. Oh no. Okay, getting some good damage. 50% is getting pretty close to kill percent for you, because, you know, he could throw out a knee and you're kind of just dead.
True.
Oh, yeah, you can tell that BB has practiced ledge cancels on this stage, but is getting a little nervous for it in match.
No, don't do the...
No, come on, you had it. No, don't... Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That was pretty good.
Oh, no, this guy's getting messed up. Oh, I did not... That's crazy.
That was an insane interaction. That's kind of on you for going into that. Oh my gosh.
I did not think that's how that worked.
That's crazy. Oh wow, these up smashes. I feel like it's him trying to do insta up airs and just keeps up smashing. You know what I mean?
I think he also just might be BMing a little bit. I did up smash him a lot game 1.
Oh, what a knee. Oh, and then...
I'm fine, I'm dead.
You're dead? No, I thought you had the ledge for sure. Come on. All right, let's go. Yes. I don't like Captain Falcons that rely on dash attacks at early damage. You just can't trust that. The CC is too strong. Even ASDI
missing
down.
my short hops.
Ooh.
Very good.
Oh, wait, hold on. He tried to react to that one instead of making a read. We're getting some character development from BB tonight.
Oh, he just grabbed my neutral get up. That's not good.
That's a mark of a Falcon that's going to be good someday. They're not afraid to grab because some Falcons think grabbing is a little lame, but it's one of your best moves. Oh, no, Hada. Oh, but the homie stock.
Let's go. Bong,
No.
bong. That's my guy.
Let's go. The homie vibes are at an all-time peak, but it's game 3, 2 stocks apiece, and we got to find out who's going to win.
Oh.
No! Oh, but we get another homie stock for the last stock situation.
All right, bongo bong. You and me,
Oh,
bro.
an up air opening
You and
for
me.
Hada, but it can't take it anywhere. Oh, but it's still got. Oh no,
I
you
jumped-
went into the
I
up
jumped
smash.
into it.
Oh, misses the double dare and a nice. Oh, nice
Oh,
opposite
the
tech.
tech from bongo bong.
This is peak melee right now. Coinbox is happening, but who cares? This is the true melee that everybody's missing out on, I'm afraid. This will be melee stats. We'll make a video about that read in on the tech roll. Oh, and he misses. He misses the helmet spike, and instead it's a normal spike, and the B is canceled. Or sorry, the dare is canceled.
Defensive game.
And by the hair of his teeth or whatever, Hada comes out on top.
I ISD'd like 17 times. That was fun though.
Jeez.
Yeah, I did it.
Well done, Hada.
Oh god. Hey, I will say, I lived very long on that. What was that? The first game where I lived to like 200. That was a great defensive game. I will say that much. And I was cooking a little bit. I didn't do anything super fancy. Did get that like shine slide up air. Didn't die though. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the podcast this week. I have been Hada. If you want to watch me push more buttons and kill myself with Fox, I do that from time to time on my stream over at twitch.tv/heyhada. If you want to check me out, I'll probably be streaming a lot this weekend. The missus is going to be out of town to go spend time with family over the weekend, so I'll be alone and probably be streaming a lot. So if you guys want to hang out with me, check that out on Twitter, twitter.com/heyhada, @heyhada, whatever it is. I'm going to be updating people there. Yeah, hope you guys see you this weekend, and we'll be checking in on Battle of BC5 as well.
And for me, I am Cypher003, aka Jesse, aka You Get It. So far, top 96 has only barely begun for coin box number 61, so it's all good. I guess Chudad is in the bracket. That's kind of neat. And Cody 3-0 Dawson. Oh, that is unfortunate. But Leffen 3-0ing B-Bats. Ooh, that's tough. And Crudo is going to be playing against Leffen for winners round 2. That's going to be a spicy matchup. Hopefully we'll get to have someone, you know, just for prosperity's sake. I mean, I think all of Leffen's matches should be like, what's the right word? Streamed, recorded, whatever. The more Leffen we get to see, the better. But yeah, that's Coinbox 61. No solid results. Although shouts out to Sidward for starting out on the winner's side and is up 1-0 on curve right now. That's nice. That's nice. Oh, Salt might seed into Jmook. If all goes well, that'll be winner's quarters. So that'll be interesting as well. All right. We got to go though. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Bye guys.